Welcome. It's Casual Tuesday and the beginning of a beautiful ENT Hooligans week. This is Endless Possibilities. I am your host, Baby Moy, alongside Big Ness and Lil Crystal. What's going on, guys? Give me a holler. What's up?
Hey.
Happy Casual Tuesday, folks. What's happening? Yes. Hope everyone had a blessed weekend.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? Right. You know what I was expecting with that instrumental? I was expecting horns. Yeah. I've been listening to too much Alpha Blondie. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Would you like to tell them who he is?
Alpha Blondie is a reggae singer who sings in many different languages. English, Aramaic, Arabic, French. His own native. He was not Greek. He's from Africa, and he brings awareness to such things as, you know, Rastafarianism, and he's awesome. He's a really he's a great singer. Some people say he's the Bob Marley of Africa. I disagree with that. Yeah, he's good though.
I think that's reserved for Lucky Dude. Just saying.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
But listen, before we tell you guys the usual hoopla of how to subscribe and where to follow us, I just want to send us a couple of shout outs. So shout out to my dad, shout out to my mom, shout out to Anthony, shout out to Chris, shout out to Star, who's going to be very intrigued in watching this particular episode. Shout out also to all of you other guys, new subscribers, old subscribers to be. Thank you so much for your support. And if you want to follow us, if you want to subscribe, there's the YouTube link, and we also have provided for you our social media links where you could follow the ENT Hooligans pages both on Facebook and on Twitter. And you can also follow my personal Twitter and Ness and my SoundCloud account as well. How'd I do?
Very good, sir.
That's everything. Yep.
Yeah.
So today's
once again, thank you guys for your support.
So today's topic is infidelity, infidelity.
Woo! Fidelity, infidelity.
That's right. Another versus.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
And if you hear some music in the background other than the beds that we're playing, those are my neighbors who are partying it up on a Tuesday.
That's right, man. Hey,
they show fidelity to their parties.
Turning up on a Tuesday, y'all. Hey, they're turning up on a Tuesday.
Yes.
Hey, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
So when it comes to fidelity versus infidelity, what can we apply that to?
Yeah. So many things.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Such as?
Such as, well, insecurity is one of the things I would attribute that to when we talk about infidelity.
Yes.
Insecurities.
Commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Fidelity. Yeah.
What about in regards to situations or places or groups? Where can we apply? Where can we apply that?
Then you talk about, and then we're getting into whether or not people are a fit together or not.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with relationships then. Because we could take infidelity versus fidelity many different realms, but let's start with people. Let's start with couples.
All right.
Now, let's start with this question. In your guys' personal opinions, do we see more couples who are loyal to each other, or is there more dishonesty circling around the world?
I think there's more dishonesty circling around.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
What attributes to this?
Misconceptions, misteachings, misguidance.
Yeah. Let's start with misguidance, and let's channel that into the misconception afterwards. So go ahead. Let's educate the masses on that one.
Well,
okay.
Misguidance. Where to begin with that one? Obviously, as children, naturally we are born with the natural instinct to want to socialize with amongst everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
But as we go through our childhood and into our formative teenage years, we are then taught segregative ideals.
Such as?
Such as what gender roles fit whom.
Ah.
And where.
So we're going to the whole idealistic of you're supposed to act or do or say or be because you're a man and or woman.
Right.
Correct.
This is what you're supposed to do by, live by, and be as.
Right. And the problem that we come across is that each gender is getting two totally different teachings.
Right, two absolutely different perspectives. You know,
which is then where we end up clashing as adults.
Now, as men, what are men taught, or from boyhood to manhood? What necessarily happens in certain households? What does daddy or uncle such and such or primos such and such teach the little one?
Well, they often teach that that we have to be rough and rugged and strong and whatever physically, that play sports and all this stuff.
Right. Now, because you grow up with that,
the mental.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. As for the mental aspect, you cannot be weak at all.
Right, but if you're having a child soak this in, soaking this in, obviously that's going to stick to them.
Right.
And so you grow up with that type of a macho complexion to where you're then thinking, oh, I'm rugged, I'm tough, I'm supposed to be this, I'm not supposed to show feelings, I'm not supposed to cry. So it's also all right for me to treat women as I feel like, which is okay for me to go then behind her back after I say I love her, after I say she's my all, and I could go and screw around.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because it's the man thing to do. And I'm a man and I have needs. Now, the stupid part about that whole conception is, yes, you're a man and you have needs. You have a girlfriend who could give it to you. You have a wife who can give it to you. You have somebody who you quote unquote regard as your significant other, where you could get it whenever, however, wherever from her, and yet you go ahead and you screw it up for yourself, and then you have the audacity to sit there and say to yourself, woe is me, what have I done?
Yeah.
So much for being a man.
Exactly. Yeah.
So much for being a man.
There is that. I can't wait till you get to the woman part.
Well,
I think that's for you to take care of. That's
Okay.
I'm not touching that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Women.
If I have any rebuttals, I'll let you know.
Women can do that too.
I'll stay quiet. Go ahead. Take the flow.
Okay.
The flow.
Women.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Women can do that too. I think some men, not all, some men are very insecure with their appearance and all this stuff. So the question is, does the woman find her significant other attractive after so many years? And instead of saying, hey, I don't want to do this anymore because we have kids or whatever, I'm just going to go cheat on my husband.
You know, this is a good topic you bring up because honestly, and this is just my personal opinion, okay? Again, my personal opinion. But I feel that a lot of times...
disclaimer.
I think, and this might sound weird because given what I just said about us fellas, but at the same time, I think a lot of us also, and something that is very much dismissed, is the fact that I believe that we're a bit more sensitive in terms of being less shallow than women. You know, than some women, shall I say. I think a man would be more understanding in terms of maybe dating a girl with a disability or dating, you know, a girl who doesn't necessarily fit the ideal figure of what a woman is supposed to represent and look like these days. You know, I think men are a bit more loose when it comes to that and more accepting, you know, whereas women are more on the ground of, oh my God, look at him, he's so fat, you know.
Yeah, I agree completely with that, you know. It's my personal opinion that, you know, men who date women who have any type of physical thing and they've been, you know, they get married and everything, or even a mental disability, I think, wow, because that takes a lot of, I don't know what the right word is.
Again, I think men are more receptive towards that than women.
Yeah.
What do you think?
When
Ness?
women,
I think men are more receptive to than what it may seem.
Exactly. That's why I said, you know, it's a thing that's so disregarded, you know, because
kind of, you know.
Because the picture is, women are more
typically
sensitive. Yeah, that's what we think. Women are more sensitive. And in many occasions, yes, they are. But I think that men are more acceptant of more things than what a woman would be acceptant of. In terms of
spark controversy with that statement.
hold on. In terms of the physicality end of things, you know, I think, again, like I said, I think a man will be more prone to date somebody who's heavy set or, again, disability or here's one, skin color.
yeah,
You know, I think a lot of times, sometimes women put too much thought into this whole notion of, oh my God, but he's too fat, I don't want to be seen with him, or oh my God, he's not Guatemalan, Mexican, or Puerto Rican, or Dominican, or whatever, and you know, he's a white, and I don't want to be seen with him, you know, because it's going to spark controversy, you know.
Well, how about this? I mean, I think this comes from, you know, from the idea that, you know, from very early age, women are often trained to be wives already. Like the idea of being a wife to a dream man is already embedded into their minds from the moment they start hitting puberty up until, you know.
Well, I'll dispute that. I'll dispute that, Ness. I think it's even before puberty, because think about this. A lot of games, a lot of these kiddie games that girls play, oh, let's play mommy, or let's play
dress up.
Let's play dress up, or let's play wedding or whatever. You know, look, princess such and such married prince such and such. You know, and they're playing with their cute little dolls and having this marriage and a cute little tea party afterwards. You know.
And meanwhile, where are we at?
Playing
Y'all are playing b-ball.
PS and playing PlayStation and Xbox basketball. Collecting cards,
playing with a Hot Wheels set.
Yeah, word.
So okay, so you know, yeah. So who is this prince? So which one of us is supposed to be this prince then?
Oh, the prince.
One of us
prince,
has to be the prince, right? But we're too busy playing Hot Wheels and again, you know, video games and basket and sports.
The prince.
Okay, but who is the prince? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Who's the prince?
The prince comes later.
Really? Okay.
But what is the imagery of the prince? What is the imagination telling the little girl?
Okay.
Right. What is he supposed to be?
You know, now that I'm older, this really upsets me, but I will tell you because I don't think it's right.
Go ahead.
But handsome, smart, funny, has to be tall, can't be short. Has to be medium build, has to be strong physically, has to be, can't be like a different skin color, you know? That's what we're taught.
No puede dañar la raza. No.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're taught.
Yep.
Now, when we get older, it's up to us. Do we keep those teachings or do we go off?
But again, it's so hard to break away from it because you already soaked this up as a child.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of hard to just rid yourself of that.
It is.
You know, now we're not saying you can't.
It takes a couple of we're not saying
no,
you can't.
Because you can't.
It's difficult. Because
you can't.
While you guys are being taught the imagery of your prince, your knight in shining armor, basically your life partner, husband. We're, on the other hand, we're given a more short-term perspective as to who our dream girl is. More like somebody who's physically attractive that we'd like to get in, hit it, and quit it.
Right. Now, with all of these variables in play, though, could and does the physicality of things, and I don't mean sex, I just mean appearance, does that play a role in spouses being dishonest to each other?
Could play a role, yeah.
Yeah, it can. Like, I've been married for like 30-something years, and I don't find my significant other attractive anymore. What?
30-some years, okay, yeah. At that point, man,
So I'm gonna go cheat.
I wouldn't be surprised that you don't find him attractive anymore, because hell, 30-some years later, you're both old, you're both going through changes, you're not the same as you used to be. Yeah, so of course.
Like, what? I mean...
But should it go down that way?
I guess yes and no.
Go ahead.
Yes, as far as, acknowledging, we're older now, it's 30-some years later, we're changing, we're not the same as we used to be, but that doesn't mean that should be a deal breaker.
Right.
See, what causes these things, dishonesty and distrust and betrayal, is the lack of acceptance in what is, rather than trying to hold on to what
Bingo.
was.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
But I have a question.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So if this person has been married for 30-something years, 20-something years, whatever, and they don't find their wife or whatever attractive, then why would they go for somebody else who gives them sex whenever they want, but isn't attractive?
Oh, no. They're going to find somebody who's younger and more well-rounded, if you catch my drift.
Well, in that case, we're talking about one as some sort of a midlife crisis.
Yeah, but that's usually what happens.
And two, we're talking about lingering issues that they just let fester.
No, but that's usually what happens. You know, an older dude
Yeah,
ain't gonna go find an older woman. Get out of here.
No.
That's
that's what I witnessed.
That's a
vice
that's a
versa.
rarity.
You know, an older woman isn't going to go out and find an older man. No.
You know, that's a rarity.
Yeah.
I thought that's weird, you know, because usually older guys go for younger women that are attractive.
Yeah, we talked about one last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Well, that's a whole nother issue. But yeah, that's, you know, if you're with someone for years upon years and you just let issues just fester, this is what's going to happen.
On top of that sort of issue.
Yeah.
Out of all things, what you're gonna let get in the way is what? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it gives anybody the right. Now, about the concept of women cheating better than men. Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's a matter of just us being stupider, okay?
Man, I don't know. Man,
I think
we're just stupider at this.
I think women,
You know what?
women will sit there. They'll calculate everything. They'll make a whole mathematical equation out of it. You know, they'll
make
figure
lists.
They'll figure it out, and they'll talk amongst their peers. And ain't nobody gonna say anything. Everybody's gonna be on the hush. Everybody will keep it on the low. Oh no, not us. Not us.
no.
We'll brag about who we're banging on the side. We'll brag about what she looks like. We'll be loud about it. We'll tell the guy with the biggest mouth in the group because it's the man thing to do. Going back to that, folks.
So essentially, we're back to that concept where we're essentially bragging about being men, quote unquote.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, as far as cheating goes, this is my personal opinion. It takes a lot of work.
Oh no, that's a fact.
If you're not happy, get out.
I don't think it takes a lot of work. It's the easiest thing to do. It's easy to cheat. Ask the Patriots.
No, it does. It takes too much work.
It does, yeah.
Is it worth it? That's what you gotta ask yourself.
Is it worth it having your side girl put her thing down, flip it, and reverse it? Is it really?
Like I said, Missy. Like I said, look, man. At the end of the day, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and then they sitting there going, "Woe is me! What I do that? I wreck my family." And that's even the worst when you have kids.
Yeah.
And you break your home and you break your home that way.
They are essentially the ones who suffer the most from all this.
Exactly. And you're being selfish because you need to think
selfish.
of your kid, or your kids.
And I'm sorry, I don't believe at all in blaming the person who you cheated with.
No, that's a cop-out.
No, that's a cop-out.
I'm sorry.
An absolute cop-out.
It's your relationship. You're responsible for your relationship with that person.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And ladies, this concept of it's not him that I don't trust. No.
That's a load of crap.
Because you're not in a relationship with them. You're in a relationship with him. So either you trust him or you don't. Because if you trust him, hold on. If you trust him and you know that man over there ain't going to be capable of doing anything that'll hurt you in the short or long run, then you should just leave it at that. Because you know that he'll be able to handle any situation if anything were to arise.
Yep.
Testify.
You should trust in him. And the same goes for gentlemen. So this concept of it's not you, no, I don't want to hear it. You're the one that's responsible. You're the one that has to stop things from happening if they were to ever begin to escalate with someone. You know, just quit that.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I mean, why would you want to do that anyway? You know, that's just more trouble than what it's worth.
Yes.
And that's not fair to anybody. That's not fair to your significant other who actually cares about you and loves you and thinks that, you know, you're that other person's world.
Yeah.
How would you like it if your world shattered?
Yeah.
Oh, I can guarantee you they wouldn't. They wouldn't like it at all.
Exactly.
If the shoe were on the other foot, they would not like it at all.
Yeah, that's how your significant other would feel.
Think about it. The concept of polygamy is rooted in hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's rooted in hypocrisy.
Now, okay, I'm glad you brought this up. Now, I'm gonna ask you, Ness, specifically. Okay. If a man goes around and he's banging chick after chick after chick, what's usually the reaction to that?
Oh snap! All right, man. Good night, bro. I see you.
You're the big man. You're
the big man on campus.
Crystal. If a woman does the same thing,
what's the reaction?
What's the word?
I already know.
What's the word?
And it's double standard.
What's the word?
You're a slut.
Yeah. Basically.
You know why?
Go ahead.
The reason why is because we're taught you don't do that.
Well, hell, we're not going around banging ourselves. So how is it that for us it's okay, but for y'all, you guys are considered sluts, harlots, Jezebels, etc., etc. We're doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
But it's accepted because you're a man.
And therein lies the hypocrisy.
There we go.
That we were just talking about.
Yeah.
There we go.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go on a rant. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Go ahead. Shoot.
What I can't stand, us women do it.
Oh boy.
We gotta get our friends in our relationship. Meaning, if you're with a significant other, you gotta get your friends involved too. Oh, girl, you know what he did yesterday? He did such and such. You know what he did? He told me I was fat. Do I look fat to
cuss him
you?
out for you?
Yeah, I'll give you his number right now. And then they call, and then they
give me
do that.
Mofo's number. Mm-hmm.
All right, here it is. You know,
hello,
like,
who is this?
Oh, this such and such's friend, Shaniqua.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell you think you are?
Oh, wait a minute, who the hell you think you are calling my phone, cussing me out, huh? You hang up that mother effing phone right now before I go over there and send Shaquana after you.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh yes I will. Oh yes I will. Oh, shut up. Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. Hush your damn mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why?
Ooh, Matthew's mad.
Why do women do, I was about to say, why do women why do women I'm sorry, the Matthew accent is
it's contagious.
Yeah.
Why do women do that?
Why?
Why do women do that there? Okay.
It's a good question. That is a very good question.
I think the reason why we do it, and I include myself because it wouldn't be fair, right? So I think why we do it is because we socialize with each other and we tell each other everything. Literally.
You know what?
You know, we tell each other everything too, but we exaggerate it.
Yeah. You know what?
We don't.
I've always thought this. Women
We don't.
have a love-hate relationship with each other.
We do.
It's
Yeah, on the one hand they happy for you. On the one hand they happy for you, then they turn around and stab you in the back.
In reality, they're not happy for you. They're just telling you that.
Was it Jerry Lawler who famously said women secretly hate each other?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did say that. By the way, quick note, big up to Roman Reigns, man. Big up. He's in remission now. He's beating this thing, and it's good to see him back.
Awesome.
Yes, it is.
That is great to hear, man.
So big
God
up to
bless.
Mr. Joseph Anoi.
Yes.
Now back to the regularly scheduled
Definitely.
program.
But yeah, you're right. We tell each other everything too, but we just exaggerate it. We sensationalize it. We like to tell stories. That's our thing.
Yeah.
Our thing is telling stories.
We don't. We tell you we don't. We will tell our friends the truth.
Like, shoot, we'll sit here and tell you a story about an encounter that we allegedly had, and we'll make you think that we done things that no one else has ever done before.
Yeah. Why is that? Why do y'all do that?
Again,
For entertainment value.
It's the man thing to do.
It's the man thing to do, yeah. And listen, I'm gonna tell you about me being a man. I'm gonna make it seem like I was the best man ever. All right.
Yeah, I'm the one that says what goes on in this house. I'm the one. Listen, I do everything around here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yo. My girl, man, she listened to me. Alright, your girl don't do that. I've seen how your girl, she make you dance around like a leaf. You do whatever she asks you to. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, what up, babe?
What? Yeah, I need to go to the supermarket. You go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with you. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, come on, 5 minutes.
All right, I'll be right there.
All right, hurry up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so much for him being the king of the castle.
Yeah, really. Or you have guys that'll be like, yo, I do everything for her. Everything. Right? And then the woman comes in. Hey, I fixed your car for you.
What?
There are women that can do that. There are women who can do that.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm not denying. I mean, yeah, of course there are. Come on.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be able to? But
yeah,
switching from men versus women, I wanna go to a whole different plateau here. Loyalty and being disloyal to God. Let's go there. Fidelity and infidelity towards God. What's that mean?
There we go.
That does happen.
What is the meaning of that?
When you continuously do something that you know you're not supposed to do, and you've already asked God for forgiveness and you continuously do it, that's being disloyal because you're lying.
Okay, let me put a different spin on this though. Is there a such thing as one being extreme in regards to their loyalty and in regards to their connection with God?
Yes.
Which entitles what?
Which entails people just kind of being disconnected from the world.
Kind of, turning that blind eye towards the world. Pretending that nothing else around them exists except for...
Yeah. Yet failing to realize that, God created all this.
Right. Again, created all of this, we're not saying he's the cause of everything bad looming. Because, being the creator and the cause of something are two different things.
Right.
I can create a computer. Now, how it's going to act, that's a whole different thing. You know, I might want the computer to open up this page, but sometimes it acts up and does something else. Now, that wasn't because of me. See?
Yep.
Loyalty to God. I think... Alright, there's obviously, as with everything in life, there's misconceptions, and this is no exception to the rule, but
No.
again, I go back to how people within these different denominations, they go ahead and they have their own spin on what it means to be loyal to God.
Correct.
Yes.
And it's something that, just as the Word of God, this is also disputed, because then you have the one side going, oh, you're supposed to fast. The other side is going, you're supposed to pray X amount of hours. The other side is going, you're supposed to read X amount of the Bible. The other side is, bringing up another argument and another case for God. So what are we looking at that point?
A lot of confusion.
And a lot of division.
A lot of confusion and division is what we're looking at here.
But you know what it is?
Go ahead.
It's all man-made. All of it.
Right? It's this fairy tale-ish / tyrannical perception of God that has been presented to us.
Right.
Yeah. When you look in the Bible, nowhere does it say you must divide.
No.
Nowhere.
Yeah, like I mentioned last week, nowhere does it mention denominations. Oh, but it says
No.
Christian. Yeah, Christian.
Christian, not you Baptist or you Methodist or Episcopalian. It doesn't say that.
Yes, exactly.
Somebody else could argue, it mentions the Jews.
As a
Yes,
people.
as a people. It mentions Christians as a people.
Not as a religion, you uneducated fool. Boy, that
And when the
was
Bible
harsh.
talks about Jesus coming for his church, is he talking about Mount Zion or Antioch or, I don't know, St. John, St. Joseph's, St. Cecilia?
No.
Saint Cecilia.
No.
Who's Saint Cecilia?
Yeah, it's a Catholic school around here.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, the Bible does. The Bible does mention Mount Zion, bro. To your argument,
Yes.
I'll just get that one out of the way.
It does.
But it mentions it from
Okay.
the perspective of geography.
Yeah, exactly. Not because there are actual churches that are called Mount Zion.
Right.
Yes.
They're Baptist churches.
That is
Yep.
true. No, but Mount Zion is mentioned as a geographical marker.
Yeah.
But
Just like we said before, the church the church that God is talking about is us, the people.
Exactly. Right.
so here we go. If there are extremists, which there are, and then you have the other side of people who are absolutely not loyal to God at all, then what does it mean to be loyal to God? How can you be loyal to God?
I think that, if you do something that, if you sin and you're not supposed to be doing it, it's like I said before, I think you're being disloyal. But to be loyal to God is, okay, you know what, I really truly didn't mean to do this and I'm not going to do it again. Do your best not to.
Okay,
Again,
but
I said do your best.
Yeah, but is there more to it than I'm not gonna? I'm gonna.
I think there's more to it to that. I think it's also being appreciative of your blessings.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's what I'm looking
Being
for.
loyal to your fellow man.
That's it.
Yeah, when you pray, the first thing, I know that when I pray, the first thing I do is I thank God for everything, and then I list it all. What I'm thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a big part.
Take over, guys. Sipping water.
Because, okay, let's take it down to, our level. If you buy, okay, Ness, say we go to, I don't know, Rodizio or something, and I don't know, I ended up spotting you or something, and you don't say thank you. That's gonna make me feel, like, unappreciative. Well, gosh,
Exactly.
I just spent all this money, but it's just a simple thanks. And it's not because, oh, I'm awesome, and no, you just want to thank somebody because that's what you do, right? You thank people.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you show gratitude. You know what I'm saying? You appreciate. You show gratitude for what someone has done, and
exactly. Yeah.
Because how can you be loyal to God if you're not loyal? If we're not loyal to each other, that just doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Now, what about those who are loyal, quote unquote, but then they go ahead and they flaunt and they boast and they talk about, oh, I did this or I am that, and I pray this much and I read this much.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not loyalty.
No, that's not loyalty. They're just bragging. They're just looking for, oh wow, man. They're looking for praise.
Yeah, they're looking for praise. They're looking for validation. They're looking for adulation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You like that? Adulation?
Yeah. Now is there a way to present what you exercise, though, in a more controlled fashion? To where it's not going to seem offensive, braggadocious, or anything like that?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe mention things mentioning things in passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of in passing in conversation, just in the flow of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having a conversation like, oh yeah, man. By the way, I know this is out of left field, but I had an awesome conversation with God today, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
See, there's one way to present.
I talk to God too, and then you find out, oh wow, this person believes in God too. That's really cool.
Exactly.
But not bragging or forcing your beliefs on other people either.
Well, see that when you're doing all that, it just makes what you're doing very disingenuous.
Yeah, take over, guys. I'm getting a drink.
Oh, I was going to ask something that I wanted you to listen to.
Okay, I'm done.
Wait. Okay,
I'm done. I'm done.
Now, sticking with the God subject though, but differing a little bit from loyalty, I guess. And yesterday, as I'm watching Roman Reigns' speech. Or Joseph Hanoi. I said something that really, really, really stuck to me. And he's talking about his battle with leukemia and how it came back after he's been in remission and he fought it off again and he's back in remission. And he's then brought up the subject of, I'm a believer. I believe in God. I have a purpose in life. I have a new purpose in life. And then he says, I was afraid to tell y'all all of this. Because I didn't know how I was going to be received. I didn't know how y'all was going to act.
Yeah.
I took that.
We talked about last week.
I took that for two things. Being afraid to discuss his leukemia and also being afraid to discuss his faith.
Yeah, that's how I took it. Because it is scary. Especially when you're talking to people you don't even know.
Right.
It's scary.
Now, can people...
Especially when you also think that people are going to look at you a certain way because you're discussing your faith. People are going to might think, oh,
Now, there could be those in the faith, here we go, who could view this as being disloyal to God because they might be saying, oh, he's ashamed of God. When you should understand, you yourself, once upon a time being a newcomer to this, I bet you was afraid when you first started, when you was taking your baby steps.
Yeah. And if you say no, you're lying to yourself and you're lying to God.
So let's understand the other brother.
Oh no, their response to that would be, yeah, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Now that they seasoned, they forget.
Yeah.
Oh, how quickly they want to forget.
Yeah. You know, and that really resonated with me yesterday.
Yeah, they're your horns.
I know! Yay!
That really resonated with me yesterday when he said that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's a pretty profound statement there, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
It is.
You know, and again, wow. It reminded me of what we talked about here last week. Being afraid to go out there and proclaim and talk about the good news. And it's a scary thing, yes. You know, I think anything that you think would spark up controversy is a scary thing.
It is.
Naturally, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. You know.
Because one of the things that you want whenever you want to discuss these things is you want it to be received well.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there you go. You know, you want acceptance too.
Exactly.
And isn't that what God wants?
Of course.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Of course, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I think we've gotten caught up in so many of these misconceptions and debates and all this back and forth that we just lost sight of that.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere along the way, we lost sight of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, because, again, we are taught to believe, to think, to act in certain ways, on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Unfortunately, yeah.
You know, and as a society, this is what we've become.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
It is.
You know, because I think personally, I think that there should be no reason for why one should be afraid to proclaim what they believe and have faith in. But because everyone is so quick to react and quick to get all up in their feelings and quick to reject.
Yeah, that people, instead of bridging the gap, you have all this division, all this dissension, all this war.
Yes.
You know, I asked myself the other day, why can't we be like people in Jerusalem? You know, they're not divided. You can be Muslim, Christian, or Jew, and you're still accepted.
If we're all attending the same party, does it really matter where we're coming from?
Of course not.
No, we're all attending the same party.
Yes.
Right.
We're gonna all see each other there. Does it really matter that, you know, where you're coming from or where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
We're all essentially going to the same place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree.
Mm-hmm.
As I've always liked to say, man, we're more alike than we are different.
We are.
That's right.
We're more alike than we are different.
Even though y'all don't like to read, that's okay. Books, I mean.
No.
I read
I
books.
read Facebook all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah. Facebook is not a book.
I also read
Of course it
instruction
is.
manuals.
Of course it is, man. I mean, Facebook is the ultimate book. I mean, it's got gossip, it's got lies, it's got secrets, it's got crime, it's got murder, it's got mysteries.
And for those who like art,
Stay tuned for the-
it even has picture galleries.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the Crime Syndicate tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Great segue there. Cheap plug. Check us out tomorrow on the Crime Syndicate, yeah.
In other words, we've squozen the juice out of this podcast.
Yeah. squeezed? Not squozen. The debate. Squozen or squeezed on the next Crime Syndicate.
Yeah, put up the poll. Yeah.
I'm not much of the social media guy here. Ness is the one that controls all of that, so
Yes.
big up.
Yeah, so feel free to hit us up. Give us any feedback.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like for us to cover?
Scared, man.
Thank you, Matthew.
Anything else you guys would like for us to cover? Let us know.
Oh, by the way, thank you for the 5 likes that we got last week on the Crime Syndicate.
Oh yes.
That was awesome.
That's right. One hand.
Support, guys.
One hand.
Yeah. We got 5 on it.
But anyway, folks, this is the end of our podcast. I hope you guys vibed out with us. You know, and please try a little harder. Be a little more faithful.
That's right. Get a little love in your heart.
Anyway, let's get out of here.
Anyway.
Is how that song goes?
Yes.
Yes.
For the love in your heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a little love in your heart. Don't let deception tear you apart. Por un poco de amor en tu corazón. No dejes que te entre la decepción. Yo vengo a programar que el amor siempre va a durar. El amor de Dios va a rescatar. Así que mira, mulato, ponte a pensar.
That's right.
Wow.
Well said, sir.
Yes.
That's right.
Nice little plug there. Cheap plug there. That could be a future track coming. Stay tuned for that, y'all.
Yeah.
That's right. That was a little improv, guys. So, stay tuned.
The improv king around here.
Stay tuned, guys. There'll be more tracks by yours truly and by Big Ness. So
yes.
Keep our SoundCloud accounts open, man. Subscribe, give us some love on there too. Check out our music. The links are down below, like I mentioned before. Whatever you're gonna do for the remainder of Tuesday, I encourage you guys to do something positive for your spouse or for anybody for that matter, for a friend, for a loved one, relative. Do something nice with them, man. Let them know that you care and that they matter. It could be anything. It could be a word of hope. It could be, you know, some sort of a gesture or good deeds. And with that said, man, in everything that you do, keep God number one in your life. When, always.
A little bit goes a long way, guys. Remember that.
That's right.
You have the power to uplift.
That's right. And with that said, folks, I'll give you my blessings. We give you our blessings.
Yes.
And
yes.
Vayan con Dios, mi gente.
That's right.
For T Hooligans,
God bless y'all.
I'm Baby Moy. He's Big Ness. She's Lil Crystal. Dios lo bendiga. God bless.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, guys.